Welcome to part 3 of the question and answer video. Well, this is the answer video. There was a question video, this one's the answer video. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, I believe the last question was cut off. Wario Land Gold Pyramid asked me, do you believe in Elucid's 4D space or Einstein's space-time? And I was going to say, I'm going to have to do more research and come back to you on that because I don't know enough about either to really answer authoritatively. But, yeah, that kind of stuff does interest me, so maybe I will do some research. Anyway, Mega Shadow asks me, what if you were trapped on an island and could only bring 2 things? What would you bring? Can I say a boat and a motor? No, that's lame. Everyone says that. That's an old joke. No, I would bring a mirror and a comb, so I could stand in front of the mirror and just look at myself and check myself out in the mirror and comb my hair. No, I'm just kidding. I would bring a hot girl and a goat. No, I'm just kidding. I would bring a hot girl and a self-generating buffet, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, Mega Shadow, are you real? Mega Shadow 41 asks, are you real and can you prove it? I am probably real, but I can't prove it. I might be a figment of your imagination. You might right now be looking at a blank computer screen, just imagining somebody is there. Imagine that. You created Bonecanoe86 in your mind for some reason. I have no idea why. And to fulfill something in your life. And if, your parents or brothers or sisters or husbands or wives or sons or daughters come in the room to see you staring at a blank computer screen, thinking you're talking to a guy called Bonecanoe86, but really talking to nobody at all, they're going to think you're a little crazy. So, I don't know. I might not exist. You can't. I can't prove it to you. None of you have met me in real life. I just might not exist. Nope. Not at all. Like dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. Anyway, Wario Land Gold Pyramid asks, are you currently recording this video or am I currently watching this video? Yes, to both. Okay. So how is that new computer? Awesome. How are the specs? I mentioned that already. Fast, awesome, and about 500 gigabytes of storage space. And it has like 6 USB ports, but they're all in the back. A little frustrating. Had a bit of problem with the wireless, but that has nothing to do with the computer itself, so I'm going to give it a pass on that. But it came with some pretty good speakers. Not going to complain. Can you play Adventure Quest PC games? Maybe. Maybe in the future I'll consider that if I have some good ones. You know what I would love to play, though? Don't hold this as a promise that I'll ever play this, but I would love to play the Monkey Island games. Those were freaking awesome. I love Monkey Island. I love Guybrush. I love all that stuff. I'd love to play those. Can you make an LP of every game of the Harry Potter series? That's pretty unlikely. Don't get me wrong. I'm a huge Harry Potter nut, at least when it comes to the books. The movies, I'll see them, but I don't really like them too much. But the games, I don't know. They're fun to play, but they're not really. They don't jump out at me as being super awesome or anything. So, if I ever get around to playing the Harry Potter games, well, okay, if I was going to list every game in the world, it would be somewhere in the middle, like 10,000. It would be way down on the list, not a big deal to me. Okay, more silly questions. If you were a wizard and a Hogwarts student, what house would you want to get picked into? Believe it or not, over the course of my life, I have literally changed my mind every time I've placed myself in all 4 Hogwarts houses at some point in my life. All 4, literally. But now, I really don't know. Maybe I should make that the question of this video. Okay, folks, for this 3rd episode of the question video, you have a question placed to you. If you were the Sorting Hat, and you sat on my head like that, and you could look into my mind, the mind of someone who might not exist for that matter, and you could sort me into any house in Hogwarts, what house will you sort me in? We're going to make this official, so whatever house gets the most votes is the house I will be in. Alright? That's the rule. And I'm sticking to that. Anyway, did you watch Avatar: The Last Airbender? No, I just never really watched that at all. The movie or the anime. So that pretty much renders the rest of your question irrelevant because I couldn't give you a real answer to it. More silly questions. More silly questions. Okay, anyway. Mega Shadow 41 asks, what is the meaning of life? Is there a meaning? Well, I actually found the answer to this a very long time ago, and I know I've talked about this before, but the meaning of life is very simple. It's not really a hard question. The meaning of life is literally life itself. That's it. That's all there is to it. Okay, CG Polodo asks, how many Let's Play requests do you get? 100,000 million bajillion gajillion bajillion. Go! Yes. You can tell this by the questions on this video. I am deluged in requests. And I really hate to disappoint people, but if I was to do every single request, it would take me like 5 times the lifespan of the universe. So, you kind of have to understand that. Okay. Are you ever going to finish the colonization map in Civ 3? Unless I can load it in complete and somehow I can get around that little problem that it had, it's unlikely. I mean, it would be nice, but I do have my new LP going, so that's what I'm focusing on now. But yeah, I guess it would be nice to finish the colonization map LP. It's kind of like the biggest hanging thread of my channel. You know, whatever happened to that is the big question. All right. Let's see. Wario Land Gold Pyramid asks, did you know that your friend Paratrooper is related to Mario World Koopa Paratroopers? Yes, I did. My friend, the Paratrooper, who is my roommate, is, in fact, a deformed mutant Koopa Troopa. He lost his shell sometime early in his life. It kind of became a vestigial organ and fell off. And he somehow mutated into a human-esque form. I mean, it's still a little off. Like, he doesn't really look fully human, you know. We all know that. But, yes, he is really a Koopa Troopa in disguise. You know, a mutant. There you go. That's out of the bag. How are things with the girl? Well, you are really going to... For those of you who don't know what that question is referring to, you have to go back to Sun Plant and hear the whole story. But the story basically went, there was a girl at Ruby Tuesdays who came into the Wawa where I work. Wawa is a convenience store, if you don't know. This girl came in and, you know, we started chatting a little bit. And I went over to Ruby Tuesdays a couple times to see her. But, I don't know, nothing really came of it. It sort of just fell apart on its own. Disappointing, yes, but it's all old news by now, so, oh well. Anyway, what else do we have here? Why did you not get your own Subway? You could have given all your subscribers free subs on Sunday. Do you realize how many subs you would have then? I like the double meaning of the word subs, meaning you can subscribe, like click the yellow button, boop, or subs as in, I got a sub, otherwise known as a hoagie if you live in Philly. But no, I did not decide to get the Subway because for the very simple reason. For those of you who don't know, I was considering buying a Subway franchise and running my own Subway. I was going to do this with the Paratrooper, but I decided not to, and here's the reason. In order to do something where you're going to have to take out a personal loan of over $100,000, you have to mean it with every ounce of your heart and soul. And I just didn't really want it that much. It was just something to do, basically. And that might be enough reason to go on a random drive or maybe buy a new shirt, but it's not enough of a reason to take out a loan for $100,000 to start a business. So that's the reason that happened. Also, I doubt that I could get that kind of loan anyway. So that's the reason. Have you ever dived to the first Goomba, Super Mario Bros. 1? I mean, probably screwing around I did. Maybe as a little kid. Like I said, I never had a Nintendo, but probably at a friend's house I did. I'm sure it's happened. Okay. Mega Shadow 41 asks, do you have any siblings? Or are you an only child? I have one sibling, a sister. She's 22. And she's pretty much my favorite person in the world. She's just really cool. You know, we've always been very close. Alright. Unit Rico asks, did this get deleted or was it posted? It got posted. Oh well. When do you think you'll be able to play EU3 like other players do? You know, without loading up as other countries and screwing them up. Still want to see that in a video sometime, though, just to troll King. Yes. For those of you who don't know, EU3 stands for Europa Universalis 3. It's a grand strategy game by Paradox. It is, to Civ 3, what, the pyramids were to a sandcastle you might build on the beach. It's a really complicated game. I really suck at it. At one point I was really gung-ho to let's play it until I actually played it, and I'm like, oh, I suck at this. So, someday maybe I'll be good enough at EU3 to let's play it, but for now, it's not happening. Sorry to disappoint. But it would be fun to control King. Yes, it would. What are your preferences in music? Bands, genres, etc.? Friday does not, nor will ever, count. What do you mean Friday doesn't count? Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Everybody's got to get down on Friday. Gotta love that song. But if you're going to get serious, I love progressive rock. That's my favorite genre of music after all. Overall, my favorite band of all time is Genesis. Early Genesis, late Genesis, middle Genesis, the solo work of any member, I love it all. I'm a complete Genesis nut. I'm a nut over Genesis more than I am over anything. Even the other thing I was a nut over, which I'm apparently not. I'm not enough of a nut to even remember what it is. But other than Genesis, Rush, King Crimson, Yes, bands of that nature. But beyond that, I'm generally a fan of anything rock related, any rock music, metal. I love Metallica, but my recent fascination has been with grunge, particularly the band Pearl Jam. That's been my band of the moment for like the last year. I am a Pearl Jam addict. If I'm feeling bad, I just put on some Pearl Jam, and it just makes me feel so much better because they know.